A fresh and beloved video game gets a facelift. Hey, I am the Game Collector, and this is Second Opinion Games, and today we do the review of Mario Land DX for the Game Boy.
Second Opinion Games.
Super Mario Land is an absolutely great and classic game for the Game Boy. However, it was only in black and white, leaving it up to the homebrew community to colorize it, therefore making it a lot better and much more fun. However, it doesn't seem like they have a full technical prowess that Nintendo has, so occasionally you'll see some blue artifacts or you'll watch the screen get colored as it's filling it in right before your eyes. This doesn't really take me out of the feel of the game, but it is there, so be aware. Also, this game can be had for about the same price as the original version. So, that's pretty much the only difference, except for one other thing, which we'll get to a little bit later. Overall, the game's length is very short. Basically, there's only 4 worlds, with 3 levels per world, leaving about 12 total levels. Seeing the first couple stages are basically easy pushovers. That leaves only about 10 levels or so for any type of challenge. And 2 of those 10 are very easy flying or underwater levels, so that knocks it down to 8 relatively challenging levels. World 3-2 is a cave level, and that seems to be the hardest level of the entire game, so there isn't a very progressive learning curve here. There are branching paths and special pipes to go down, pretty much everything you would expect from a Mario game, but this game wasn't made by Miyamoto. This game was made by Gunpei Yokai's development team, and I think they did a terrific job. Your sprite is really, really small. He also acts a little bit different than Mario. For instance, when you get a star, it makes different chimes all together, and your fireballs, basically, you fire one, it bounces on the ground once, and then goes up forever, or until it hits stuff. You could also only have 1 fireball on screen at once, probably to save room for assets on screen. Also, they can collect coins, which is pretty cool as well. Sometimes your fireballs will get trapped in a loop, and then they'll flutter around the screen for what feels like forever, but it's really just about 2 seconds before they eventually go away. Also, the enemies here are a bit different. There's bullet bills inside of pipes, and some enemies you don't really expect, like crazy oriental people that come back to life, and if you don't know about this in advance, they'll probably kill you the first time. You can take them out with fireballs, though. Also, Easter Island statues. And you'll eventually come up against the first boss of the game, which is the Sphinx. Kind of out of place in the Mario universe, but it is a familiar style in how to take him out. When you start shooting some of these things, either in the water levels or shooting the bosses with your fireballs, they all make some weird sheep noises. I kinda think Jeff Minter had his hand in this game, but I know he didn't. But what's with the sheep noises? They had to have come up with a better sound effect than that. I don't know why they went with this. One of the biggest enemies that throw you off here is the turtles. When you jump on them, their shell becomes a bomb, so you can't really pick them up or throw them or push them or anything other than get the heck out of the way, because you're gonna die. I can't believe they even played the first game here, because how did they screw that up? I guess there's probably something with the assets moving around, probably didn't fit well with the developers. So, I told you about all the differences between Mario and the new added colors. So what else is different really about this card specifically? Well, the cover. See, when I look at it here, it says Game instead of Game Boy. Well, that's to be expected. It is sort of a pirated game. And then we scroll down to the Mario, which is the worst picture of Mario ever made. The whole game can be completed in about 25 minutes, even if you're not the best at Mario games. You'll probably die the most at level 3 too. There is some other challenging spots in the game, and sometimes some pretty tight jumps as well. Eventually, you'll reach the last stage, which is a flying stage, and these are all extremely easy. And then you'll take out the end boss relatively quickly. It does look like a challenge, but I do it with ease. And then you save Princess Daisy. Oh yeah, Daisy. And Mario, he's such a stud. When he saves a princess, he takes her for a ride on his rocket. Oh yeah, metaphor. This game is great. I really like the colorized version, and I prefer playing this one. I've played it on the Super Game Boy, the Game Boy Advance, and the GameCube Game Boy Player, as you're seeing footage of it here, and it really plays the same on all of them. So, if you have everything like that, or even want to give it a shot, pick it up. You can find it as cheap as about $10. And it's pretty much a must-have for any game collector, even ones that don't like pirated games. But that's just my opinion. Thanks for watching. If you got a favorite Game Boy game, hidden gem, let me know. I'm having a really tough time coming up with that list, so I can't wait to hear about you. Also, if you want to see more top 10s, well, I'm working on quite a few right now. I suggest checking out my Sega Saturn one. I really like that too. So, until later, I'll see you again, guys.